I'm going to be ranking the best backstories that we've seen so far in Blue Lock. This is not going to be off any other stuff other than writing and how that shit made me feel when it first came out. So if you guys are going to like this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below who your favorite backstory is. And yeah, let's get right into this. Coming in at number 5, we have Yukimiya's backstory. Now you're probably wondering, yes, yo, Extendo, you hate Yukimiya. So how is this guy on this list? Honestly, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck right now, bro. Yukimiya, I don't like him as a character because I feel like the author used him for plot in the Manshine match just so Isagi could outsmart Kaiser. But then now, since then, Uber's match, and now like in the PXG game, I don't even know if he's in the game. He's just kind of fodder. Not gonna lie, like he's just kind of fodder. Like that's just his whole thing. But don't get it twisted. His backstory was absolutely emotional and absolutely tough, bro. When this guy finds out, the dude with the dream to become the best striker in the world, he finds out that, yo, like his dream only has a time limit left. It kind of really justifies all the actions he's done up until now, because I'm not going to lie, a lot of us will act the same way if they're getting favoritismed over and the guy that's being chosen over you is just because of popularity and people want to see him play. People don't want to see you play. Nobody knows your story. Nobody knows you're on a time limit. Nobody even knows how good you are and you want to play, but the coach is like, no, we're going to let this guy play because he's more popular. We all understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to keep it a buck. I would probably be cheese too. I'd be like, bro, like, you're just lucky, fam. I'll be like, yo, you just freaking get all this shit because you have all the clout. That's it. Even though Yukimiya was wrong about that and Isagi is still tough, it just kind of hits. Like, when he found out he was going blind and he was crying and he's like, bro, that shit was super emotional. And I feel like that is one of the top 5 best backstories in Blue Lock. So anyways, let's move on. Controversial opinion. Number 4, we have Mr. Marc Snuffy. Now, you guys are probably wondering, Marc Snuffy, his backstory should be a lot higher than it is right here. Personally, I love Marc Snuffy's backstory. That shit damn near makes me cry about how drugs can corrupt a person, you know, how complacency can corrupt a person. You know what I mean? So it shows how when he lost his friend, Mark's like, yo, like, I'm going to retire soon. He low-key lost his whole motivation to play the sport. But then he got Baro, and Baro showed him, he's like, yo, you better keep playing, and I'm going to come and surpass your ass. Bro, Marc Snuffy had a great backstory. I feel like this might have been one of the most darkest, if not the most darkest backstory in Blue Lock, because somebody literally dies. Somebody literally dies in this backstory. But yeah, that's mostly what I have to say about it. It comes from a character like Marc Snuffy too. Like, it's just a very, very sad and emotional backstory about how abuse, winning everything can make you complacent, stop practicing, using drugs, you know what I'm saying? And that's just not good, you know what I mean? You got to stay on your grind. Moving on to one of my favorite personal characters, my boy Chigiri. And Chigiri, I can relate to this guy a lot. Right from the get-go, I seen Chigiri had long hair. At the time I read Blue Lock, I had very long hair as well. So, I mean, I was like, okay, I'm kind of similar to this guy. Either way, this guy Chigiri had also the backstory of being injured and having an ACL injury. Now, I don't know, you guys probably don't know this, but back when I was young like Chigiri, back in my younger days, I used to be playing football as well. And so I had the same injury that Chigiri had in my right ACL, which actually forced me to end up quitting the football because I can never play that level that I was at before. And I was just not as good. So seeing Chigiri go like absolutely like ballistic in the Wanama game, struggling to not touch the ball, like being scared of tearing his ACL, I literally know how that felt exactly, bro. Like he felt he lost all of his skill, all of his value in this world. He's like, bro, if you have talent, that's all that matters. And now his talent is in jeopardy. He's like kind of gone, you know, his whole personality, everything's gone about him. So he had to reshape himself. And so that really inspired me because at that time I was scared to play any sports because of my ACL. My ACL would really scare me from jumping, from kicking, from doing anything like that. But then Chigiri just, he inspired me. He got up, he started running. He said, I don't care if it breaks anymore as long as I can play the game I love. So honestly, bro, Chigiri, heartfelt backstory. This shit made me shed tears. So great backstory. Honestly, we're moving on. Number 2, we have my boy Hiori. Listen, Hiori's backstory kind of came out of the blue because it literally just started happening after the freaking Manshine match, like randomly, like, you know, it just randomly happened. And this backstory, I think, signifies how, like, parents are in real life sometimes. Like, they will literally just make kids to Project Mbappe them and make them the best footballer or athlete they want because they weren't able to do that. And then they can make money off them. You know what I mean? So I can kind of feel for Hiori and, you know, how he's playing COD and destroying his family like that. Honestly, like, Hiori's backstory is amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. This shit almost made me shed tears as well because I could just feel bad for the kid being born into a situation from birth that your parents don't really even see you. They just see your talent. That's all they see. They don't see anything about you. They just see how good you are in football. And I feel like that's how people are in real life too sometimes. Let's say if you have money, if you have a lot of money, you have a lot of fame, you think people be looking at you for your fame and money. They really do. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this signifies a lot about how athletes are kind of viewed sometimes by random people that they meet on the street, or maybe sometimes even their parents. If you look at LeBron James, this bro's father abandoned him when he was a kid. And now I'm pretty sure, I can guarantee you that LeBron James' dad tried contacting him at least one time. At least one time, LeBron's dad's like, yo, let me call him up. My son's famous now. You know what I mean? So yeah, they just be switching up and coming back for that money. And then that's your job to be like, no, you went there from the start. Dunno. Anyways, let's move on to number 1. This is our most recent backstory in bluelock. I'm pretty sure you guys already know what was supposed to be number 1 before number 1 was even revealed. It is my boy Kaiser's backstory. Now, Kaiser's backstory kind of also came out of nowhere when he's playing like an absolute shitbox in the PSG game. He was literally missing and yelling to the air. Like, I can't believe people did that. Like, imagine he just shoots IRL, misses that badly from like so far out with 3 people on him, and then starts yelling like, fuck! No. Bro, that would be absolutely insanely funny. But then we see my boy Kaiser start out as a kid, and he has this drunk dad. He's a kid that wasn't even supposed to be born, but after he was born, his mom left. You know, his dad became a freaking drug addict and just like told him to steal shit from the store for him because they're dead broke. And Kaiser would just do that, you know what I'm saying? He would just do that until one day he's like, yo, forget that. I'm gonna get something for myself. For my birthday, he ended up saving up money and getting a ball. Something that wouldn't go away. Something that wouldn't just like wither away like the rest of his life. Like the rest of his life, everything he's got ends up being taken away from him, ends up crying, ends up being angry at him for his actions. Where, you know, now it's like he's got a ball. Something that he can just spend his time with. I think Kaiser struggled with great loneliness when he was a kid growing up. And this loneliness really shows, you know what I'm saying? When you grow up lonely, you don't really know how people really feel, you know what I mean? So when he gets his first bond with Ness, he kind of just, the first thing he thinks about is using him, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't really have a real true companion, true friendship with Ness at all, you know what I mean? So the next thing is we see my boy Kaiser finally get caught by the police for stealing, even though it wasn't him, and his dad tries to rat him out. Bro, his own dad tries ratting this guy out, which is already like, bro, that's crazy, bro. Like, if my own dad ends up getting locked up for some bullshit and he's like, no, he did it. I'm crashing out, and so did Kaiser. This dude hits the flow, knocks out the police officers, secures himself a deal with Bastard Munchen, and now he's going down the same path that his dad is, which is, you know, like, it's not, I don't like it that much. I do like it from a writing and narrative standpoint, don't get me wrong, but I don't like it at all because it's like, damn, bro, like, Kaiser's really fated to go down this path that he was born into, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if Kaiser was born with different parents, he'd be a nice kid, you know what I mean? But, like, it's just sad seeing who he's become, but it's also good because we get to see his redemption arc in these new chapters where he finally passing people. He's finally, you know what I'm saying, finally rebuilding himself from zero, which is just great for him, not gonna lie. Great for Kaiser, great development, great emotion. Anyways, if you guys made it to the end of the video, please make sure to like and subscribe on my channel. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. Let's keep going, bro. Let's break that mark. Let's keep going. Let's march straight forward through that 2,000 subscribers mark. And I have a new video planned for when that happens. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And yeah, man, I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you're at. Bye-bye.